Okay, so in terms of employee, customers, and the stakeholders, right? So some of the interests will be against on each other. So how does Lean Six Sigma to manage to handle this kind of class conflict of interest? Because like employees, they'll be demanding for higher salary, and for the companies, of course, they will need to cut costs to increase their revenue. So how is this applicable? Maybe you can share with us.
Okay. I wouldn't phrase it as conflict of interest. I would phrase it as challenges that a business would face, because you need customers and you need to keep your customers happy because they are the source of the revenue. Okay. And you need employees. You need to keep your employees happy because they are the ones that are delivering the work to make sure the customers are happy. And you need to keep the business owners happy because they have put in their investment and they're expecting the return of invested capital. So all these three elements need to play in harmony. Okay, so where Lean Six Sigma comes in is it looks at how to eliminate all the non-value added activities, the non-value added processes, the non-value added tasks that exist in your system, that exist in your organization. So once you start taking away all this non-value addedness, you are forced to innovate your processes. You're forced to innovate your services so that you don't end up driving your cost up. You don't end up driving your resource requirement up, whereas you start to optimize them. So when you start to do that, you're able to actually eliminate waste. You're able to actually drive more value up. Value in the sense that you're actually delivering what your customer wants. So by doing so, you're actually taking care of the first two elements, which is keeping your employees happy. So you're addressing voice of the employees, and also keeping your customers happy, because you're driving towards the voice of the customers. So when you take care of this two, what you see is quality and speed being delivered, and you're able to do this at a lower cost. So when you are able to do it at a lower cost and maintain market price, you have a better margin, right? So your business, when you have better margin, you're able to increase your volume, you're able to expand your market share, and through that, your revenue increases. And when your revenue increases with a lower cost, you have a better profit. So when you have a better profit, you can share the profit with the customers, you can share the profit with your employees, and of course, as stakeholders, you also have a return of investment. So that is why using this methodology is actually looking at not how to manage the challenges, but it's actually how to maximize and harmonize the challenges that you get from customers, from employees, and from business owners. DMAIC and DMADV are the frameworks that exist within Lean Six Sigma. It is actually the steps that you'd go through when you're trying to solve a problem, when you're trying to delight your customers. Every problem that you have that comes from your customers, you first translate that into an opportunity. Once you have identified that opportunity, you define it as an opportunity statement. You define it as a problem statement. So you start with a problem in hand, with the goal in mind, but you do not define solutions, you do not define root causes. Just start with the problem. Okay, this customer is not happy with our service delivery. So what is the problem that we are not addressing? So you identify that problem and you define it. So from there, you establish your problem statement, you establish your business case. Then you move towards measuring. So measuring is the M phase is measure. So in DMAIC is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So the M phase is measure, where you actually establish and validate if you have a problem, what is the size of the problem, right? How severe it is, how big it is, and how bad is the impact to the customer. And then once you know the facts, then you can analyze it, which is your A phase, right? So you analyze at that phase, you identify the root causes. Now you can have many root causes. You could have many reasons why something goes wrong, why the customer is having problems. But what you need to do is you need to identify the critical root causes. So look at the 20% of the issues that can solve 80% of the problem. Okay, apply the Pareto principle. So once you've identified the 20% of the issues, then you can go to the improve phase, where you can focus your improvement on these key issues. So that would narrow down towards 2 to 3 issues, which will allow you to give effort, to give focus, and to deploy resources to solving the problem. Okay? And then once you have proven that you could solve the problem, because you have now limited or narrowed down your scope to 20% of the issues, you're able to solve the problem. Then you need to control it to make sure that this problem don't repeat itself. So what you're doing is you're slowly chipping away problems from your organization, right? So what happens once you continuously chip away problems from your organization? You have less problems. When you have less problems, you have more time to do what is valued to the customer, to do more time what is valued to the business. And when you do that, you're able to drive more sales, you're able to increase your revenue, and as you are doing that, you're able to do that with a lower cost. So as you're able to do that with a lower cost, you're going to increase your margin. Okay, let's talk about organizations that are not intended to increase margins, are not driven by profit. For example, government services, MDEC, for example, right? They could apply such methodologies as well, because what they are able to improve is they're able to improve their service level. They're able to improve the speed of delivery, and the investment put for them can be used at a broader scope. Right now, if they're able to spend one portion of money to 20% of the MSC population by applying these Six Sigma methodologies, Lean Six Sigma methodologies, they should be able to expand from 20% of the MSC status population to perhaps 40% of them with the same cost structure. So that's where DMA comes in. DMADV is used for you to develop and drive innovation. So this is for you to look at how fast you could come up with products or services. So define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. Right? So you design based on customers' requirement. You don't design based on what you think. You design based on customers' requirement. Of course, it's quite different from the conventional innovation methods, which is coming out with radical innovation. We need that as well. We need the Steve Jobs to come up with iPhones and iPads, right? That is radical changes in the marketplace. But most of the businesses are not able to do that, right? But they still need to innovate. So they need to have incremental innovation. So in order for them to have incremental innovation, they need to look at how they can enhance their performances, their services, and their processes. Okay? So how are they able to achieve that is through following a methodology known as DMATV. So they could listen to what their customer wants, use their strengths, right, within their organization, and develop products and solutions, to design products and solutions that could be marketed immediately. Not develop a product first, what they think the market wants, and then spend a lot of effort with marketing, promotion. Instead, develop what the customer wants, and then deliver it to the customer, and then market it with a reference, saying that, look, we have developed this product, and we have a customer who's using it, and this is their satisfaction, right? You go out and then start selling it to other customers to say that you have reference and you have track record in terms of what you have delivered to your clients. We have a few websites. Our homepage is at www.lss-academy.com, and we have our knowledge management portal, which is at www.dmaic-net.com. So we are network based, and our next would be an online community, which we hope to have it launched in the next three months' time. So keep a lookout for that. All the information will be available on our website.
We have come to the end of the show of Taking Care of Business at Cyberjaya. On behalf of the crew, we would like to thank you, Dr. Arul Aruliswaran, for joining us today. So for more business updates, kindly tune to cyberjaya-tv.com. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.